Hey guys, Ian and Scott here. I'm going to talk about pressure testing using the HL Seeker. In the kit that you're going to get comes with a handy carrying case, the HL Seeker transmitter, a dual band rubber duck antenna, a near field probe with the BNC to F adapter. This red jumper, that was included by mistake. That should be discarded, as that will actually cause more leakage than it will help you fix it. So we've gone ahead and made our own jumper for this. As part of this kit, we're going to put the transmitter inside the case and we're going to carry around the rubber duck and near field probe. The first step in pressure testing is to disconnect the input of the ground block. You're going to connect the transmitter to the input side of the ground block where you just disconnected the service drop. Ensure that that connection is wrench tight. Also wrench tight on the top of the transmitter. This will prevent any inadvertent leakage in this general area. We're going to turn our transmitter on. Green light on the transmitter indicates you have a good battery level. Output level with a red light indicates that it's at its highest setting. We're going to leave this on its highest setting. General reminder, please don't use the red jumper that comes in your kit, or may come in your kit, as that's going to also cause some leakage. We're going to take the dual band rubber duck antenna from the back of the transmitter and we're going to put this onto port 1 on the meter. This antenna and the near field probe both get connected directly to the meter. Don't connect these through your jumper. It's going to give you a false reading. From there, we're going to open up the HL Leakage app on the meter. Even though this is built into OneCheck, for the purpose of this demonstration, we're going to use the HL Leakage app. Once the app has initialized and loaded, what you're going to read on there is you're going to see a tagger on 2 frequencies. They both say no right now. That means that it's not logging on to the tagger from the transmitter. You'll also see a signal level. This is a microvolt signal level. This is going to help you isolate where the leakage is. There's a squelch level on there, which is the red line on the graph. This is set at 2 microvolts per meter. Once it exceeds the squelch level, you're going to hear an audible tone on there. We're also going to leave the equalizer in the off position. Don't turn the equalizer on, as this is not going to help you find the leak. Now we're going to perform our walk test.
Performing our walk test, I'm able to determine there's a leak in the area, but I'm not sure if it's coming from the cable box or this unused outlet. To determine that, I'm going to pause the test and switch over to the near field probe.
As you'll see here, the near field probe is connected to port 1, where the dual band rubber duck antenna was connected as well.
Okay, to continue my test, turn the test back on, and then I'm going to take my near field probe and move it closer towards each object to determine where the leak is actually coming from. I'll start at the back of the cable box and determine if the leak is coming from here, which it is not. Even though the tagger hit, it's just picking up a leak in the area. Moving over to the unused outlet, I'm able to see that the actual leak is coming from the unused outlet. Okay, now to make the repair, I'm going to pause the test. I'm going to terminate this outlet. Any outlet not being used should either be terminated or disconnected. Now that I've made my repair, I'll restart the test and see that there is no leak being emulated from this outlet. I still need to finish my walk test throughout the house, so I have to switch back over to the dual band antenna. I'm going to go ahead and pause my test while I do that. Okay, continuing my walk test throughout the house, I see that we still have a leak. As I walk to this area of the house, there are 2 more outlets I need to check and see which one's causing the issue. In order to isolate this down, I'm going to go ahead and pause my test and switch over to my near field probe. Now that I have my near field probe connected, I'm going to hit play to resume testing. I'm going to start at this cable outlet here where the DVR is. I'm going to take my probe, I'm going to check the back of the cable box Follow the jumper down, check here and at the wall plate. No leak was indicated. This one is not causing the issue. We'll move over to the next room, and in this room there happens to be another DVR with the cable modem. And I am picking up the leak just from distance. And as you can see at the back of the cable box is an extremely high level of leakage. Verifying, and we have an extremely loose connector, so I'm going to make that finger tight. I'm going to snug that down with a wrench. Recheck over at the cable modem, and I still have a leak there. Another loose connection. These are usually evident of a self-installation from a customer. Snug that down. I'm still picking up a leak, so I'm going to check the splitter that both items are connected to. I'm going to go ahead and pause my test while I make my repair. And what I'm finding is extremely loose connections. Again, self-installation by customers, they do not usually wrench these down. On the splitters, we're going to make this wrench tight. While I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and make it wrench tight at the wall plate. Now that everything is wrench tight, I'll hit play to resume testing. A leak is still showing, and I'm trying to isolate that down. So what I'm going to do is bring my probe to the actual outlet, and I have a high reading of 20. When I retest here at the splitter, I have a high reading of 122. Just touching each connection, I'm seeing the connection is coming from the jumper at the input of the two-way. I'm going to hit pause my test, and I'm going to replace this jumper. Even though this jumper looks good, there's something wrong with it.
Here's a good jumper, Scott.
Thanks, Ian. Wrench tight. Wrench tight. Now that I've made my repair, I'll hit play to resume testing and verify my fix. Now that I've made the fix, the leak no longer is present. Now that I've completed my walkthrough test and I've checked all the rooms, I can go ahead and stop my test.